Every day my inbox is flooded with emails from manufacturers claiming to be the biggest electric two-wheeler manufacturer in the country. Now there's one more, Ampere, and this is their flagship product, the Primus. Now is this Primus ready to take on the Olas and Athers of the world, or is it targeting more towards products like the Hero Electric, which are workhorses? It's time for us to find out. But before we do that, do remember to subscribe to the Auto Today YouTube channel and press that little bell icon so that you get notified every time we go live with a new video. One look at the Primus and you know that it's not something extraordinary. In fact, I think the company doesn't even want to go that way. The scooter looks very nice actually, very presentable, and the front apron looks nice with the indicators and the chrome embellishments. Also the front mudguards look nice, and the 12-inch wheels with the alloy wheels also is a good visual. It runs on telescopics up front, and overall the front end look of the scooter is very casual. It's not something out of this world. The headlight sits atop, and the one thing I like about it is that they've given a switch. So during the day when you're riding, you can switch it on to DRL mode, and when you need it at night, you can switch on the headlamps. Of course, high beam, low beam always stays there. When it comes to the profile of the scooter, once again you've got a nice looking side profile, no fancy gizmos out here, absolute simple design, and I just love it. That's how these scooters should be. And most importantly, you've got a nice little storage space out here which you can pack in. You've got little holes out here where you can tie down the bungees, things like that. Big tail light at the back, looks good, and overall the look of the scooter is really nice. The one thing which always is a concern to me is the seating position on electric scooters. You see, the battery sits on the floor, and as a result the width of the floor becomes very high, and when you sit on the scooter it's like a squatting position, which is not very comfortable for longer rides. How is the Primus? Well, once you sit on the Primus, the one thing is clear, that you can easily put your foot down on the ground. Both of them. I am 5'6" for a reference, and overall the seating position is really comfortable. Now when you put your feet up, you can see that the knees are a little high up, but it is not uncomfortable. And most importantly, the steering movements remain free. So overall it's a nice seating position. The handlebar falls to hand very easily also, and overall I think this is a comfortable perch to be. The pillion seat is also large enough to have a pillion on board, and two up, this should be a comfortable scooter to be. The scooters are all about utility, and how does the Ampere fare? Let's find out. First and foremost, you got a cubby out here where you can put your mobile phone, and it's quite a deep one, so you can put your mobile phone, but be careful when you're going over speed humps and things like that. You also get a hook out here, and then there's a socket out here from where you can charge your battery. It takes about 5 hours. It's a quick time, it's not too long, but overall it's a good number. Under seat, you plug the seat up and you get a 22-liter storage space, and you also get an LED light for the boot. But the only problem is, to access that light you have to switch on the scooter. The moment you switch on the scooter, the light comes on. It's a good way to conserve energy, but I think when you flip the boot up, it should light up automatically. When it comes to the switch gear and the instrument console, the Ampere Primus is also a simple machine. You got nice buttons out here which operate the lights, and I quite like the fact that you can just toggle through the buttons and shift through the 3 modes which the scooter offers. As far as the instrument panel is concerned, well, it's a simple design. It just tells you what the speed is, the DTE and all those features. No touchscreen, no color, but it does offer you Bluetooth connectivity. The other thing which I would love to have is a proper trip computer. Right now the one which is there on the scooter resets every time you switch off the scooter. So the only way you can keep track of the distance covered is via the Odo. The other thing, for the price at which the Ampere Primus is being offered, I think a snazzier unit would have made much more sense. The Primus uses a 4 kW motor which is powered by a 3 kWh battery pack. On the go, the scooter feels light and nimble, and this makes it a perfect city tool. The 3 modes, Eco, City and Power, offer 3 different top speeds. However, the acceleration is not blistering fast across any of the modes. In fact, the power comes in at a rather linear fashion, and this helps because it doesn't startle newer riders. The scooter also feels stable at top speeds. The Primus uses a telescopic setup up front and twin shocks at the back. The ride is on the stiffer side and at the same time is not uncomfortable. Around corners, the Primus is fun to ride as one can tip into the corners rather confidently. Unlike the competition, the Primus makes do with drum brakes at both ends. But we are happy to report that the units offer good bite and hauling the scooter down from top speeds is not a concern. Now the Ampere Primus is your everyday workhorse. We've been riding it through the day and let me tell you that it has not faltered on any which way. It rides really well. It's got a nice chassis which allows you to enjoy corners. The throttle calibration is a bit slower, so you don't get scared when you pin the throttle up. Speed is gradual and overall the scooter is good value. The only problem is that at the price at which Ampere is offering the scooter, you get scooters like the Athers and the Ola and the TVS iQube. Now all those scooters are very feature rich, and when it comes to features, that's the only thing which should keep you away from the Ampere Primus. For everything else, the Ampere Primus is your go-to scooter.